Welcome to a podcast about something where each week we dive deep into whatever it is we find interesting. I'm your host, Calvin, and joining me from San Diego, which roughly translated means a whale's vagina, it's Nick Richardson.
Hey man, it's very stinky in here, but it's a beautiful city.
I don't think that's accurate.
I think that translation is very accurate.
So today we are giving out movie superlatives for Will Ferrell movies. I'm so excited about this.
I'm very, very pumped about this one.
This was actually, as far as movies, let's go over the rules real quick. Movie superlatives, once a month we find this way to talk about movies. We find like this common thread in between a bunch of movies, and we give out made-up awards. The only rules are we can't give more than one award to one movie, and we can't give more than one movie more than one award. Did I say the same thing twice? Basically, no repeats either direction. Those are our rules. We've done several of these by now. You should have heard them all. But this one was really hard within our framework.
It honestly was tough because he has like five really just the best comedy movies ever. He's great shit.
I said there were like 7 movies that you could easily qualify for each award that we're giving out.
Yeah, that's kind of how it felt because he's got a lot of iconic movies. When I started going through his repertoire, if you will.
Well, I started doing it just off the top of my head as like I'm going through my notes, and then like I'm looking through his IMDb page just to make sure I didn't miss anything, and then I'm like, oh yeah, Zoolander. Oh yeah, Night at the Roxbury. Oh yeah, he was in Austin Powers. Like it just kept coming up with more and more stuff, and I'm like, oh no. So I made a lot of substitutions and changes. So for these awards that I'm giving out today, there are going to be some runner-ups because like I had something and then I thought of something different, or like something qualified better than that one, but I still wanted to mention that one because I love it. So like I've got a lot of runner-ups, honorable mentions here today.
Definitely. I had a lot of repeats initially, but I stuck to the rules.
Yeah, you better.
My word, I did. I'm telling you, bro, I did it. And I'm ready to get it. Yeah,
so we did something else interesting for this. We reached out to the podcasting community and had 5 great volunteers. They are volunteers. We are not paying them for this. Sorry, guys. If you thought you were being paid, you're not. They helped us out, and each of them gave out one of the awards also. So we'll be playing the clip from them, reacting to their award that they might repeat something we said because ahead of time we didn't know what they said. We did our notes separately. So there might be crossover with that. I'm not sure. We'll see. But so we got these other 5 podcasters to join in. We'll announce them, as we're going through, and then they plug their own shows too. Be sure to check all of them out. And we're ready to go into it. Should we go over the awards real quick?
I think we should go over to the awards. But before that, I just wanted to thank you guys that joined in the fun with us.
Oh, yes.
And we always love interacting with you guys, anyone else in the podcasting community. So, if we can do stuff like this, I love doing it. Or reach out to us on Twitter. We're very active out there as well.
Yeah, and we're gonna, to me this worked out well so far. We'll see how it comes into the final product. If it worked out, we're gonna do this for future movie superlatives as well. Probably not every time, but every once in a while we'll throw some other people in there to give out some awards.
Most definitely.
Keeps the conversation fresh.
Fuck yeah, get some more interaction. I'm all for that, baby.
All right, so the 5 awards we're giving out today to Will Ferrell movies, and the only qualifier for this is Will Ferrell had to be in the movie. Big role, small role, doesn't matter. Just Will Ferrell had to be in the movie. Yep. So the superlatives are best sidekick / support team, best one-liner, wildest shenanigan, best villain, and most iconic Will Ferrell character.
Yes, I love it. And we had when we were talking about this, I bet you between the two of us, we had at least 25 ideas.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of
categories to do.
There's a lot of categories we missed, and just special things to talk about at the end too. That we'll make sure we're gonna probably talk about every freaking Will Ferrell movie by the time we're done with this.
Would not be surprised.
And there will probably be a lot of tangents of just straight quotes for a while too.
It'll happen.
All right, so let's jump into it. First award, best sidekick / support team. We're going to go to the guys from the Cult Popture podcast who actually gave me the idea to use other podcasters in this way because they did it on their show, and I've made a couple appearances on theirs, giving my votes for best sequel, best prequel. So check them out if you want to hear more from me. But also they sent us something, so we're going to play that now, and then you'll hear our thoughts.
Hey, what's up? I'm AJ from Cult Popture.
And I'm Richard from Cult Popture.
And I think what we're supposed to be doing here is giving the Will Ferrell Award for Best Support Group. What was it?
For Best Sidekick / Support Team.
It's fucking Daddy's Home 2. Can we swear? It's Daddy's Home 2. There's a clean version.
Yeah, like the cast in this, I mean, you've got bloody Mark Wahlberg, John Lithgow, Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Look, Daddy's Home 2 gets a lot of shit for being a bad sequel to a bad movie, but if you haven't seen it, actually go watch Daddy's Home 2 because it's great, and it is all about support network.
Yeah,
you know,
it's actually a fantastic movie.
It's all about them wanting to have a together Christmas because the themes of the Daddy's Home movies is about a dad and a stepdad coming together to work on a family as one. And in Daddy's Home 2, they have a together Christmas where each of their dads turn up, and Mel Gibson playing Mark Wahlberg's dad and John Lithgow playing Will Ferrell's dad is one of the most genius casting decisions in comedy history.
John Lithgow delivers an Oscar-worthy performance in this film. There's one scene specifically which is just fantastic, and I'm not even going to bother describing it because you just need to go out and watch the film. All
right. It's the improv scene, but that's, just so people know what you're talking about. When they rush out to watch the watch Daddy's Home 2 after hearing this. Probably the only heartfelt recommendation of this film in existence. So yeah, go check out Daddy's Home 2. That's our nomination for best what was it? Best
Sidekick
support team. Yes, I got it right. It's fantastic. And go check out Cult Popture on all the podcast places where we talk about movies and TV. We're the only podcast in the world to talk about movies. Yeah, and we're from New Zealand, so that gives us an edge, right? That makes us interesting to listen to. Thanks, guys. Bye. See you around.
All right.
God, they told me where they were from. I was wondering the whole time.
Yeah, so Daddy's Home 2. I have seen that movie.
I've seen Daddy's Home, but not Daddy's Home 2.
Daddy's Home was pretty funny. Daddy's Home 2, not funny at all, but you know what? I get that. I think they got the spirit of the award right because they're right. You got Mark Wahlberg, you got John Lithgow, even the wives are, I think Linda Cardellini's in there as one of the wives. Really good team around Will Ferrell. So you know what? I'll give them that. Just not a good. Don't take their recommendation to go watch the movie. It's not good. They gave the award correctly.
They convinced me, dude. They're from New Zealand. They know what
they're the only movie podcast out there.
I mean, I had no idea.
All right, so that brings us to my pick. This one's coming out of left field, maybe even more than Daddy's Home 2. Mike Ditka from Kicking and Screaming.
Man, I don't think I ever saw that movie.
Oh, man, it's so funny. It's not a good movie, but it's hilarious. So in this movie, Will Ferrell is the coach of a Little League soccer team, and he's like the coach of the shitty team, and his dad's like this super, just super into it. I think it's Robert Duvall's his dad in this, and he's just like the super athletic, balls to the walls coach of the rival team who's, he's always got the best team. And so Will Ferrell decides to coach his kid on the shitty team. And in order to make them better, he recruits his next door neighbor who happens to be Mike Ditka to help him coach. And Mike Ditka is he's a great assistant coach. What can I tell you? At one point, Will Ferrell tells Mike Ditka that he's not there to coach. He's there to get him juice boxes. Go get me a juice box.
Go get me a juice box.
Juice box.
Fucking
You're the
Mike
juice
Ditka
box
is
guy.
The man.
I knew you would like that one for Ditka.
I'm all about that, dude.
I had a runner up here too. Just got to give a shout out to Cal Naughton Jr., the Magic Man. Just great sidekick as well. But Mike Ditka, you can't go wrong with having Mike Ditka as your assistant coach.
Hell no, the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
All right, what do you got for best sidekick / support team?
I have the entire cast of Old School.
Oh, yeah, that was a close one too for me. That was up there. Great,
dude,
great.
That movie is full of awesome actors.
Yeah,
and I mean that they all kind of run in that same group of friends, and that's a fucking iconic movie. Not a very
Vince
good movie.
Vaughn, Luke Wilson, fucking Ari Gold's in there. It's a great movie. What are you talking about? Snoop Dogg?
I mean, if you want to, I always remember seeing the cover of it in the video store the first time ever, and it's just like, man, what is that he has by the waist? It's a blow-up doll, and they're all just so happy and excited.
You guys like Cheerleader or Nurse better?
I haven't. Dude, I got to rewatch that.
Leah
movie
Remini's
for
in
sure.
it. The wife, the Ari's wife from Entourage is in there too. Like that's a great cast. Good choice. It's probably the right choice, but I had to use Old School for a different award. So, and I had to use Talladega Nights for a different award, so that's why I went with Mike Ditka. But yeah, Old School is a great supporting cast of Vince Vaughn and Luke Wilson.
It was definitely hard to pick.
And the Blow Up Doll.
Yes, Blow Up Doll is my lass. She's a sweet lass.
There was just so much crossover in this.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, very, very difficult. So now we're going to move to Best One-Liner. And for that, we'll go to the Anxenity podcast for their choice for Best One-Liner.
I'm Gerald from the Anxenity podcast. My pick for the Best One-Liner is Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? From the movie Elf. I picked this one because it is so funny and so unexpected, and I would probably answer the phone this way myself. Be sure to check out Anxenity, where I hope you find zen in the midst of your anxiety.
Very soothing, calming entry there.
Yes,
I like that.
seriously.
Yeah, good follow-up to the New Zealanders who were off the wall. If you suffer
nice.
from anxiety, check out the Anxenity podcast. There's a lot of good information there, a lot of good coping skills, interviews with other people who suffer from anxiety to kind of help you along your path of dealing with that. Check that podcast out for sure. It's one of my weekly listens every time it comes on. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about Buddy the Elf. What's your favorite color? And honestly, that's a great pick.
It's a pretty damn good pick. And honestly, I after that, I really want to call Jared and just find out if he answers the phone that way.
Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite? I loved Elf, and this was probably my junior year of high school when it came out. And like we had that thing on repeat the whole time. And just up until the last like 25 minutes of the movie, everything in it is fantastic.
Oh yeah, that movie is awesome. And it's such a shame they never made Elf 2.
Nah, I'm good with what it's perfect. We don't need a sequel. We don't need a bad sequel. You walk through the forest of the swirly twirly gumdrops and through the Lincoln Tunnel just to get to New York City, and he's there, gets to meet his dad. Like, that's all we need from Elf.
I can't help myself. Every year when it's Christmas, I always yell,
Santa! Sit! So, I mean, all right, you give your award first.
Okay. Mine is, so it's, hi, I'm Ricky Bobby. If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you. Yes, that movie was full of great lines, but I think that was absolutely my favorite. If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you.
That's a really good one. And I want to say that they took that from an SNL skit that he did like a long time ago and like put it into that movie. And that the whole thing where he's doing a bunch of these different commercials and he's just like a terrible PR guy. Like, that's a great bit in Talladega Nights.
Oh, fuck yeah. And it's something where only Will Ferrell, I think, could do that and make it really funny, in my opinion. Yeah,
just say it completely straight faced, a little bit of anger behind it, but also completely joking.
He's such a good bad PR guy. Like, it's almost just like, man, I really want to chew some Big Red now.
I'm not really sure what to do with my hands. So for mine, we're going back to Elf, but it's not Buddy the Elf. What's your favorite color? It's you sit on a throne of lies. You smell like beef and cheese. With a close runner-up of Santa! I know him. Just, he was so deflated when he met the mall Santa, like that it wasn't the real Santa that he knew. Like, just that whole exchange between them was, it just, like, I almost gave the villain or the award for villain to the mall Santa just for this exchange. I got a better movie villain. So.
Ooh, I'm ready to hear it.
When we get to that. Yeah, but just that whole, you sit on a throne of lies.
smell like beef and cheese. How would you come to that conclusion?
I don't know how an elf would come. I could see how a normal person has probably had beef and cheese. Somebody's been to an Arby's, right? You know what beef and cheese smells like.
I would not be able to place that, though. If someone walked up to me and smelled like I'd be like, damn, man, you smell like a fucking sweaty meat. Not, oh, you smell like beef and cheese. I think that's what beef and cheese smells like.
But beef and cheese is so much funnier, and that's why that's what Will Ferrell is great at, of like, yeah, you could just say, like, you smell bad, but he finds this weird way that no one else would ever think to say you smell bad.
Very quirky.
Yeah.
And he delivers it perfectly.
So, for the next award, we're going to give the Wildest Shenanigan from Will Ferrell and Friends. So we've got Our True Crime Podcast ladies here to give us their take.
Hi, Nick and Calvin. It's Jen and Cam from Our True Crime Podcast. We are here to announce our pick for the Wildest Shenanigan by Will Ferrell in a movie.
And the wildest shenanigan in a Will Ferrell movie goes to Step Brothers selling the house. In this Step Brothers scene, the boys, Brendan and Dale, are not too happy with their parents who are going to sell the house. So they decided to, shall we say, bring out the best of the worst in the neighborhood. This includes a neighborhood Nazi mowing his lawn, a KKK member enjoying the sun, oh, and don't forget the rotting corpse inside waiting for the tour.
Nothing sells a house like a dead body.
That warming scent of decaying flesh just welcomes every anxious buyer.
Anyway, if you want to hear more about dead bodies, head on over to Our True Crime Podcast. You can find us anywhere you get your podcasts.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Love ya.
Love you too. Yeah, and you have a great day.
Get some dead bodies over at Our True Crime Podcast, if you will.
Seriously, they're great over there. And honestly, I would love to hear those ladies announce a basketball game. I think they would be fantastic at it.
Could they go into tangents about dead bodies in the middle of the basketball game? Like, because I think that would be the...
Oh, yeah. That's what you need. I got it set up already. Oh, and oh my God. And James Harden just flopped like a dead body.
Call the coroner.
Check out episode 2.
All right, so that's your future Our True Crime Podcast ladies. Go get a job as basketball announcers.
For real though, you would be really good at stuff like that. You guys have great voices for it.
So my pick for Wildest Shenanigan was old school. We're going streaking! Come on, through the quad into the gymnasium. Snoop-a-loop. Come on, bring your green hat. Bring your green hat. No, the guys, they're coming. We're going through the quad in the gymnasium. Frank, get in the car, damn it. And then he gets in the car, and Leah Remini goes, "A little cold out there, Frank?"
I feel like he's called Frank quite a bit.
Honey, is KFC still open? Yeah, so just streaking through a town completely by himself after going Frank the Tank on everyone. Inviting Snoop-a-Loop to go along just is the cherry on top of the streaking.
Only Will Ferrell. That would be the only guy I would sit there and be like, you know what? This guy is having a great time. Most other people I'd be like, dude, put your fucking pants on.
Yeah, that's always like a thing in movies, like especially like high school movies, TV shows. Like there's always the guy at parties that gets naked for some reason, but he's not like getting naked to do anything. Like he's just getting naked. Yeah. So is that like a thing?
Fuck no, man. I've been to a lot of parties. I've never met anyone that was just like, yeah, bro, let me get my pants off.
So I went to one party in high school where someone like did that, like was about to do that or something. And they're like, and I didn't go to a lot of parties in high school. Like that wasn't my thing. But they're like, oh no, he does that at every party. I'm like, what? Why? Why is he getting naked? What does that mean?
See, where I'm from is some dude just started getting naked in the middle of a party. Someone would hit him. Like, he would probably get hit at least once. I would just leave.
It's a strange thing. Don't get naked at parties. It's weird.
Seriously. And I mean, in this day and age,
you'll probably be a sex offender now.
Yeah, seriously. That's inappropriate.
But you should be. Don't get naked at parties.
And mostly, dude, I don't want to see your dick. Just keep that in there.
Good point. Fair. Yeah, that's fair. Do you have a wild shenanigan from Will Ferrell? Or
bet you I do.
Were you able to come up with anything here?
I was.
He's not that wild.
Bro, He fought a bear in semi-pro.
That's true. He also fought a bear in Anchorman. Loves bear fights, apparently.
God damn. So that just makes it even better.
Yeah.
He fights bears squared.
Double whammy.
Whammy!
Whammy! And whammy!
I hate the way that dude talks. It makes me want to...
I think that's the point.
I just want to punch his jaw straight. So it's like, dude, just stop talking out of the corner of your mouth, you fuck.
But he's such a 70s sports announcer. That's the point.
That's very true. But in a movie that is just super weird, with Woody Harrelson, about, this dude buying a basketball team, he ends up fighting a bear.
Well, you got to sell tickets somehow, man.
Yeah, you got to sell tickets, and I think it's... I'd watch some dude fight a bear, probably.
Yeah, I would pay to see somebody get mauled by a bear if it was like all on the up and up.
Yeah, if it's on the up and up, is all legit. I'd pay like $350 for it.
That's a bit steep. Especially in like the 70s, I think, when this movie was taking place.
I pay $1.50 for it.
There you go. That works.
How about that?
Should we move to best villain? Do we have any other shenanigans to talk about?
I think we're good on shenanigans.
There's so many
other
good
than
shenanigans, though.
When Will Ferrell gets set on fire.
That's true.
In Old School. There's one of them.
Yeah. Yep. That is a good one. Okay, best villain. We're going to go to the Black Case Diaries podcast, who I think they review VHS movies. So let's hear what they have to say.
Nice.
Best villain.
Hey, fans of a podcast about something. I'm Robin from the Black Case Diaries, and I'm here with
Marcy
and Adam.
Hey!
What's up?
And our category is the best Will Ferrell villain.
Yes.
Yeah, a villain from any Will Ferrell movie. That's right. So our choice, we decided, after much deliberation, is Derek from Step Brothers.
Yeah.
One of the most popular Will Ferrell movies of all time.
Yes, very funny movie.
Derek is played by Adam Scott.
Hey, that's my name over here.
Yeah. He's a very funny character. We chose him because we like how funny he is and how awful he is, too.
Yeah.
He is every brother that you just don't like.
Yeah, he's the worst. He's so bad, but it's very fun.
Yes.
The way he foils the characters played by Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yep.
Yes.
It's over the top ridiculous, but it still works.
Yeah. He's a great villain. He's a great character. And I absolutely adore Adam Scott. And I think it's hilarious anytime he plays somebody remotely evil.
Yes.
It's funny because he has this vibe about him where he's just he'd be like the best.
A nerd.
Right. He's a nerd. He'd be the coolest guy to hang out with, right? So whenever he plays somebody evil, it's just this hilarious juxtaposition and it works so well.
It's amazing. Yeah.
It's awesome.
And he's supposed to be so successful in this. He's so successful you hate him because he's so successful.
Because of the success.
And he flaunts it and it's just, ugh. Get out of here.
So, yeah.
There you go.
Yes. That's our pick.
So thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. We are the Black Case Diaries. We're a weekly podcast about movies and TV. So if you like what you hear, follow us on Twitter or Instagram, or give us a listen wherever you like to listen to podcasts. Thank you so much to A Podcast About Something for including us in your episode.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Derek the Super Douche is a great choice for villain.
No shit. I had 2 questions about this. I want to know if those are Adam Scott's abs. I highly doubt it, but 2.
They're not.
Do you think
100% prosthetic?
Yeah. Do you think Derek is the kind of guy that legitimately walks up with oiled up or walks around with oiled up abs all the time?
Yes. Yes.
I was just about to say yes or no, Calvin.
I think
let's go.
Every bathroom break, like he's got a can of oil in his pocket, and because this is like 2008, so like we didn't have big cell phones yet, so he can fit the can of oil with the small flip phone in his pocket. Plus, he's on the Bluetooth all the time. Yeah, I definitely think he's got that oil on the red.
That oil. Guarantee he's carrying around some Pam. He's just like, shh. Everybody's like, hey man, what are you doing with that can of, cooking spray? Oh, just, practicing. I'm a chef in my spare time, whatever.
Yeah, and we love Adam Scott here, as we discussed last week on the series finales episode. A lot of Parks and Rec talk there. Hellraiser Bloodline, one of our favorite movies if you check out our Patreon.
Very favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. He's in Boy Meets World. We've covered it all. Party Down is one of my favorite shows ever. Also, it just ended too soon, so
love Adam Scott.
Just hit the nail on the head with who this guy's supposed to be and how he is supposed to be to these two 40-year-old idiots.
He's brutal towards his kids, though.
Yeah, that would be a rough family to be in.
Yeah.
Do you think his wife is why can't I think of the word? Do you think it's okay that she cheats on him with Dale Doback?
No.
Even if he's a dick, like,
divorce the guy.
He's a terrible person, but yeah,
divorce him and go bang whoever you want. How about that?
Exactly. I agree. Don't cheat on your spouses. People.
Don't do it.
All right, who do you have for best villain?
I have Vince Vaughn as Wes Mantooth from Anchorman.
Mantooth.
Dorothy Mantooth is insane.
Channel 2 news team. I don't think they're Channel 2. Channel 4, maybe?
I don't even remember.
Channel 4 is, I really should know this. I've seen Anchorman probably 1,000 times. I should really know this stuff.
Every time that scene plays out, though, I really want a corn dog. Like, so bad.
Brick killed a guy with a trident.
You killed a guy with a trident.
Should probably lay low for a while. Didn't mean to talk to you about that.
I love when he's running around with the grenade. Like, ah!
Yeah, it really captures Wes Mantooth as a great guy who captures, like, the heroes is only as good as his villain. And that's, with my pick, we're going to see the same thing. Like, Wes Mantooth is the only one who could challenge Ron Burgundy for the throne.
Oh, yeah. Vince Vaughn is fucking hilarious. They're both kind of those tall, lanky, goofy-ass dudes. And I'd say Vince Vaughn is a bit of a knockoff of Will Ferrell. In a way, he's got a different way.
He's got kind of his own thing going.
Yeah, he's got a different way.
In this movie, that's definitely what he's going for.
Exactly, and he nails that to a fucking T. And I learned, without a shadow of a doubt, that Dorothy Mantooth is the same.
She is.
That's my boo.
She absolutely is. And then they even have a little bit of a reconciliation at the end. He says, "I hate you, Ron Burgundy, but God damn it, do I respect you."
God.
After he saves Christina Applegate's character from the bear.
From the bear.
So my pick for best villain is Jean Girard from Talladega Nights.
That's a very good pick. What is it? Sacha Baron Cohen?
Sacha Baron Cohen?
Sacha Baron Cohen, yeah. He plays that dude pretty well.
Yeah, again, this is another one where it's just, the hero's only as good as his villain. When you throw him in there, he really challenges Ricky Bobby to be the best version of himself. He's got his number from the get-go. Not only is he a better racer, he's French and he's gay. And Ricky Bobby just cannot handle that.
No.
Any of it.
Yeah, apparently a lot of Americans really hate French people who are also gay. I did not realize. I'm not one of them. Love the French.
Either or of those things, too.
Yeah. I mean, that's apparently just irreparably damaging to anybody's relationship. Poor guy.
Well, I mean, Ricky Bobby, he's a Southern guy, and I don't want to speak for all Southerners here, but a lot of them have problems with them types of people.
Seriously. I spent a lot of time in Oklahoma growing up, and holy shit, they hate French people there. It's the worst.
Can't handle the French.
I swear to God, you talk about French people and what they contributed in World War I, and they will throw a fit. America won that war. They won it.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
America.
Yeah, but just the scene where Ricky Bobby goes over to Jean Girard's house is one of the most iconic scenes. Like, he's going around, he's seeing all this cool stuff, and he really wants to like him, but he's like, damn it, I just can't like you because you're French and you're better than me. And then the whole thing where he's going to break his arm if he won't say crepe is just great. So yeah, Jean Girard really brings Ricky Bobby to another level.
Yeah, it does. And I mean, I'd say you nailed that on the head. That is honestly one of the best villains he's ever had. If not,
thank you,
the best.
That's what we're here for.
Wes Mantooth, though. I mean,
Wes Mantooth is a good runner-up, and then Mall Santa in third place, I think, from Elf.
Yeah. I'll agree with those rankings.
He sits on a throne of lies.
It's solidified.
All right, so now we've got the most iconic character. It's the main event. We got our friend Colby Mack from the Colby Told Me podcast give us his take on most iconic character. So let's see who we got.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Kobe Mack. You can go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Kobe Told Me. And of course, catch the Kobe Told Me podcast a couple times a week where I get to amplify my movie reviews for your listening pleasure. Today, I got the distinguished honor to present the award for most iconic Will Ferrell character. And what a smorgasbord to be able to choose from. Will Ferrell, a man of many faces. Mugatu from Zoolander. Jackie Moon from Semi-Pro. Brennan from The Step Brothers. But there's nothing more iconic than a character who can make a black guy like me ever in a million years care about a sport like NASCAR other than Ricky frickin' Bobby. Yes, I'm talking about Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby. This enormous man, this with this beautiful golden hair like a lion, those sideburns, hot damn, and it's so quotable. Right now you're thinking about everything that film made you feel, and even some of the most important lines like that prayer at the dinner table. Dear Lord, baby Jesus, or as our brothers to the South call you, Jesus. We thank you so much for this bountiful harvest of Domino's, KFC, and the always delicious Taco Bell. I just want to take some time to thank you for my family, my two handsome, beautiful sons, striking sons, Walker and Texas Ranger, or TR as we like to call them, and of course, my red-hot smoking wife, Carly, who's a stone cold fox. Ah, man, Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, it's a classic. And it's a great American tale about what's the things that's most important in life. If you ain't first, you're last. So that's my choice. For most iconic Will Ferrell character, Ricky frickin' Bobby. And when they ask you where you heard it from, tell them Kobe told me. Peace.
That's what I say every time, because you're my favorite movie review podcast.
Great movie reviews from Colby Told Me. Short, to the point, a lot of energy, just like you heard here.
Dude gets it.
I don't agree with him, though.
Yeah, no, I can't.
I'm sorry.
Can't agree.
I like Ricky Bobby. Great.
I
definitely want to go watch the movie again. I got a question before we get too far into Ricky Bobby. Do you think Colby memorized that prayer monologue, or do you think he was reading it?
I think he at least knew half of it by heart.
Yeah, I think maybe he had notes next to him. Colby, get at us. Let us know if you read it or if you had it all memorized. I think you had notes next to you and you were going through it, and like you just double checked the notes as you were going through.
Yeah, I think he knew quite a bit of it by heart. Like you knew, like everybody knows most of the Star Spangled Banner, but
exactly
not quite every word.
But like you get tripped up sometimes. Yeah. Like you kind of confuse a couple parts in there. Yeah, I get it. Except Fergie, she doesn't know any of it. She's got some issues singing the national anthem.
I forgot about Fergie. Oh shit!
All right, so Colby told me that Ricky Bobby is the most iconic character. I think we both disagree, but we'll fight to the death. You're right to say that, Colby. Ricky Bobby's a great character.
He is a great character.
But he's like number 4, 5, maybe?
I'd say he's in the top 5, but he's not.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's number 1.
Shake and Bake. I would say as a duo, they might be. I think it's between them and Dale and Brennan. If you're going to give just a straight duo props. Yeah. You got Shake and Bake and Brennan and Dale.
I go Brennan and Dale are first.
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, Brennan and Dale wouldn't exist without Shake and Bake, or, as we like to say, the Magic Man and El Diablo. It's like one of those little fighting chickens. But yeah, great pick for Ricky Bobby. I like the reasoning behind it. If he can get Colby Told Me to like NASCAR, to be interested in something going on around NASCAR, then he's got to be iconic. So iconic.
He's the only NASCAR driver I've ever watched.
I mean, he's iconic enough to get Dale Earnhardt to want his autograph. So,
damn right.
That's got to mean something. Dale Earnhardt Jr. Sorry, Dale Earnhardt was way dead. So that would have been hard. That would have been rough.
That would be really hard. That dude is clinging to life so hard just to get an
just
autograph.
Waiting for Ricky Bobby.
Sorry, Dale.
So my pick was the one and only, the actual most iconic character from Will Ferrell, Ron Burgundy.
Ooh.
From Anchorman. Yeah. Look, it's my sign off for this podcast every time. Stay classy. He just encapsulated everything that was funny about Will Ferrell.
Oh yeah, he's
every
perfect.
single funny thing that Will Ferrell's done was somehow in Anchorman as Ron Burgundy. He played music in a funny way. He, had jokes. He had a great team around him with Brian Fantana and Champ Kine and Brick Tamlin. Like there was just so much that he put into that character. Like, I think that was probably the character he was meant to be and that he worked the hardest to become.
Oh, definitely. And it seemed so natural for him. Like, he just kind of phased in this other person. That's a great choice.
He was so good at doing that they had to make like a whole full separate movie of just these other improv scenes that were done throughout the movie. It's called Wake Up Ron Burgundy. It's not very good because it's like really weird and out of context, but there's still so much funny stuff in there.
Yeah, that is prime Will Ferrell right there.
And the way he fills out those, the 70s leisure suits and, he's got
he could live in that era for sure.
Yeah, the Speedo at the pool party. He just, approaches Veronica Corningstone with the utmost confidence. I saw you from across the party and I just had to let you know you have a magnificent hiney. Wait, hold on. Let me start over. We got lost here somewhere. Let me start.
So bold, but that's Ron Burgundy. And you
I own many leather-bound books. Yeah, so Ron Burgundy, hands down, most iconic.
Great choice.
You can give your vote, but like it doesn't matter.
I will give my vote quickly. Then I chose Buddy the Elf from Elf.
Damn, that's a good pick.
That is a good pick, But I still think Ron Burgundy is probably, if I'm being biased here, he's my favorite, most iconic Will Ferrell character.
The awards were just so hard because you had to choose for each one.
But I thought Wes Mantooth was a better villain, so I was comfortable with giving the award to Buddy the Elf.
Again, like there was a lot of movement going on in my rankings and awards, and it was really hard. And Buddy the Elf is like, I think Elf made Will Ferrell movies must-see movies.
Yeah. And I mean, it was something it was one of the first movies.
Because like nobody gave a shit about Night at the Roxbury.
Yeah, fuck
or Superstar.
No. Except for Michael Scott.
Well, yeah, he liked it.
Loved it.
You have Elf, and then you have Anchorman, and then you have Wedding Crashers, and then you have Step Brothers. So those like 4 movies and Talladega Nights was in there, sorry. Those 5 movies were just hit after hit after hit, and Elf started it all.
Oh, yeah.
And if Elf didn't exist, I don't know that any of these other things exist.
I don't think it would have gotten them the same opportunity and the same, draw.
I guess Old School is there too, but like he was a side character in Old School, and then Elf, he comes front and center, so you can do something like Anchorman where he's carrying it. Yeah, you have Paul Rudd and David Koechner and Steve Carell in there and Christina Applegate, which they're all these great comedic talents, but like that movie doesn't work without Will Ferrell front and center.
No, he brings that all together.
If Elf doesn't happen, where he's front and center and he's really the only funny person in it, then you can't do any of this other stuff.
Definitely not.
So I get where you're coming from.
It had to be the choice, man. Had to be.
Yeah. Very difficult to give out these awards. Give us some of your feedback on Twitter. We didn't do a poll this week. I was unprepared to throw one up. We'll do one, before the episode comes out. But just let us know what your thoughts are on, any of these awards. Who you think was a better villain or a most iconic character or a wilder shenanigan that we pointed out. Best one-liners, best sidekicks, like any of that. Give us feedback on it. We love to hear it. Now we're going to move into some categories we missed, just kind of rapid fire stuff. Just a little more discussion on Will Ferrell movies and topics.
Because there's so much.
There's so much that we've missed. We didn't talk about Semi-Pro barely at all. I guess you gave it 1 award. We didn't talk about Blades of Glory at all. So there's a lot more in here. So what's your favorite Will Ferrell movie?
The Other Guys, hands down.
Wow.
I love that movie, dude. That is my favorite. Well, it's in my top 5 favorite comedy movies of all time.
It's not very funny, though.
I don't know why. I think it's fucking hilarious, man. Mark Wahlberg, Michael Keaton. There's tons of really funny people. Like that scene where they're fighting at the funeral. I might have to try it again,
but I did not like it when I watched it.
Oh my god, when they're fighting at the funeral. What the hell is going on here? That is the funniest shit I've ever fucking seen. And when I first saw it, I had just watched Batman So I'm watching Michael Keaton as Batman, and then he's in there. He's like, "I don't moonlight," or what the fuck does he moonlight at? Bed Bath and Beyond.
Michael Keaton was.
I don't moonlight.
Michael Keaton was definitely the funniest part.
No, man, no way. I think Mark Wahlberg's probably the funniest part of that movie.
Yeah, next to Michael Keaton, he probably is.
No, he gets front and center.
Mine, I've already talked about. It's Anchorman. I've seen Anchorman 1,000 times. It was the only movie we watched in college for the most part. It just endless enjoyment, and that kind of leads into kind of the next thing is the most quotable. Like with your friends, what do you guys quote back and forth to each other? Because mine was always Anchorman, and to me, this kind of thing, it depends on like when you hit your Will Ferrell year.
Definitely,
because like everybody hit that Will Ferrell year sometime between 2003 and 2010. You hit that, like, Will Ferrell's the only thing I want to watch. And mine was 2005, my freshman year of college. Anchorman had just come out. Every party we had, get together, Anchorman was on in the background. We're sitting there. I would fall asleep to it. We would go back and watch, like, the best of SNL skits of Will Ferrell. Like, he was just everywhere that year. Talladega Nights was about to come out, so Anchorman was everywhere. So we would constantly quote pretty much every line. And I would think there was probably a time in my freshman year of college where between me and 2 or 3 of my friends, we probably could have done the whole movie. Just word for word without watching it.
Sometimes that's just the way it goes. That's the way she goes. Yeah.
So what do you got for most quotable with your friends?
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers.
That's when I came into my Will Ferrell zone. And I mean, Step Brothers was so funny when it came out. And it still is funny as shit.
I didn't like Step Brothers the first time I saw it.
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was so funny.
But then every time I've watched it since, it's gotten funnier and funnier. I just watched it a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, all right, yeah, this is really good. I don't know what the hell I was thinking the first time I watched it, but it's been funnier and funnier every time.
I mean, it's just a little, I'm not going to call him Dad, even if there's a fire. I mean, they got a great cast.
Hey, Mr. Doback. You could just call me Dave. All right, Doback. I don't remember his actual name, but
yeah,
I just love when he calls him Doback.
That is my most quotable with friends. Anytime we would talk shit to each other, some
Boats
kind of Step
Hoes.
Brothers. Yeah, I mean, Boats and Hoes was like my favorite rap song ever.
I think you need to up your rap game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's actually a pretty good song.
Boats and Hoes.
The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria.
Reminds me of Andy Samberg.
Yep, I'm on a boat.
It's my dick in a box.
It's a good one too. All right, so next we want to talk about the best single scene from a movie. And this was a hard one for me because I didn't pick just one, I picked 3. So this was good that we didn't actually give this award because I had 3 different that I just couldn't choose between.
I picked one that immediately came to mind.
Okay, go for it.
The baby punch scene in The Campaign.
Man, I don't remember anything from The Campaign.
That's all I remember, when it gets all slow motion and just...
Oh, yeah, because he's trying to punch Galifianakis, right?
Yep, and he just blasts a baby right in the face.
Yeah.
Oh,
Decks
my God.
A baby.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. That was satisfying.
Yeah, that might have been the only time I laughed during that movie. It wasn't a very good movie.
No, it wasn't. It was dumb, and the accents killed me.
Yeah, they were rough. So mine, it came down to The Streaking and Old School, which I went with Best Shenanigan anyways. The whole Chaz Reinhold scene in Wedding Crashers where they're at his house. Ma, the meatloaf!
The meatloaf!
That was a close runner-up for my best one-liner, too.
Yeah, he's a pretty iconic character.
Yeah, he's got the nunchucks around the neck, just living the dream. And then did we just become best friends through the interview process in Step Brothers? That might not be a single scene, but like that chunk is just iconic.
Oh yeah. Yup.
And then we wanted to talk about his best small role early in his career. He had a lot of smaller roles. Do you have anything here?
I did, and you mentioned him already. It's Chaz Reinhold from Wedding Crashers.
Yep.
Yeah, the
great small role.
That movie sucks. I just rewatched it. Like,
you don't like Wedding Crashers?
Not really, dude. I really do not like Owen Wilson.
So you like the other guys and don't like Wedding Crashers. This might not work out.
I'm sorry, bro, but I stick by my choice. Chaz Reinhold, Wedding Crashers.
No, I like Chaz Reinhold. Saying Wedding Crashers is not good is tough.
It's not that good, man.
What is there not to like about it? So you can't even name anything.
Oh, bro, I can name like 5 things right off the top of my head. Bradley Cooper. Can't stand.
Bradley Cooper is so good in that. As Zack.
He is so annoying in
That's
that.
the point.
I don't give a shite, man. He's annoying as all get out.
Oh, man.
Owen Wilson. His dumb face. His dumb nose. I hate it.
I like Owen Wilson.
I can't stand his... God, he gets on my nerves so hard. Vince Vaughn is great in that movie.
Vince Vaughn is just at the peak of his powers in Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, no kidding. I just... No, I wasn't a big fan of it because I mean they opened with boobs, so they had my attention there when I first saw it, and then after that I'm just like,
shout going on in the background.
Yep,
come on.
Well, that was great cinematography.
That kept Shout alive for like 15 extra years.
Seriously, dude. And anytime you hear that song, that scene flashes through my head, and it's just like, no wonder I heard that. I remember that song. But I thought it was like a really cliche movie. And that was one of the few movies out of all the ones he's done where I'm just like, this is not believable. I couldn't stand Christopher Walken in it either.
Man, that's rough.
I'm a piece of shit. I'm sorry.
My best small role, I got 3 again. These were really hard to nail down. Big Earl from Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah.
He did a good. He made a good showing. You like Starsky and Hutch? You don't like Owen Wilson, so no.
Yeah, no, I completely forgot that movie even existed.
It's fine. Like, it's not very good, but it's like if it was on cable, I would probably just stop and watch it if I had nothing else going on.
Fair enough.
Mustafa from Austin Powers.
Fuck yes. You shot me.
You shot me in the arm. I'm not hurt. I'm just very badly burned. Somebody come help me.
The bone is poking through the skin.
I've broken my legs.
I love it. What is it? If you ask him something 3 times, he has to tell you. Where's Dr. Evil hiding? Go to hell, Powers.
Before, like, Elf and Anchorman, Will Ferrell was not on my radar. But I had seen Austin Powers. And, like, I just never connected the dots until, like, I went back years later after seeing this huge run Will Ferrell went on. I went back and rewatched all the Austin Powers movies, which do not hold up at all. They're not good.
Bro, I love those movies. Don't even hate.
They're funny, but...
I grew up with those movies.
They're rough.
But, I mean, my mom, even when I was a little kid, my mom would have Austin Powers on all the fucking time. So I'd just watch it for, like, 2 weeks straight. And I still love it. I have a little shed outside that I do a lot of my little tinkering in, and I have a tiny little 14-inch TV, and I have one VHS with my VHS player, and it's Austin Powers.
There you go.
Yep.
That'll do it. And then my last one for best small role, and I don't really know if this qualifies because he was kind of the main villain, was Mugatu in Zoolander.
I don't think that qualifies, bro. Disqualified.
I needed to mention him somewhere because I didn't get a chance to talk about him. I almost put him in for best one-liner with, the man has only one look. Blue Steel? Ferrari? Latigra? They're the same face. Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Yeah, Mugatu is great.
He is pretty good. He helps make that.
And again, that's another one. The first time I saw Zoolander, like, no idea that was Will Ferrell or this guy even existed as this thing. And then go back and watch it later. And I'm like, oh shit. And I ended up I liked Zoolander more in later years because of Mugatu than like I liked the movie originally.
Definitely.
And then we have the most attractive love interest.
Yes.
I've got a couple for these. I give a shout out to...
I have like 6, man. He's got so many...
always batting out of the park, Will Ferrell, somehow.
Seriously, man. He must be packing.
I'm a sucker for Eva Mendes, so I'll give a shout out to your movie, The Other Guys,
yes.
Only because Eva Mendes is his wife in that.
Yes, she is very attractive in that movie. God, love it.
She looks better in Hitch, but we'll do a Hitch movie superlatives at some point.
Sometime.
Just talk about all the best things about Hitch. Great movie, best movie ever.
Great movie.
And then I gave the Amy Adams / Leslie Bibb in Talladega Nights.
Yeah, Amy Adams.
Both of them together.
Very attractive.
Yeah. What did you have here?
Jenna Fisher in Blades of Glory.
So I almost put her on there. Is she actually his love interest? Because I thought she went with John Heder.
He touched her boob, bro.
Well, that's true. That did happen.
If we're going by Will Ferrell movie rules, that's a love interest.
That counts?
That counts.
All right.
But, oh my God.
She's looking good there. Yeah.
Smoking. Huh. I remember seeing like a meme a couple of weeks back, and I'm like, holy shit, Jenna Fisher was in that? And then
yeah, we were talking about it during our Office episode.
Yeah, and it really blows my mind that
episode 65 for anyone who's curious.
Check it out. But I rewatch The Office. It's in the background all the time, and you see just Pam's character, just this really disheveled hair and buttons all the way up to the top, and then
I mean she's going to work. Like nobody looks their best going to work.
You see people that surely try though. And those are the people that's just like, really? Get the fuck out of here.
Well, Kelly for sure tries, but that's just because she was trying to get with Ryan.
Well, she's trying to get with Will Ferrell. And, I mean, Jenna Fisher is just... Shout out Jenna Fisher.
What up?
Hey, girl.
What up? What up?
Hey, girl, hey.
Is that all we've got?
I think that's all we got.
Did you have anything else?
That is... I do not
Do we miss any Will Ferrell movies?
Let
me just go through the IMDb real quick and see if we need to... honorable mention anything.
There's
here.
like 50 Will Ferrell movies.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's so many Will Ferrell movies.
The guy's been in a movie or two.
No.
We're gonna start at the beginning of his career. Which have you watched any of his SNL stuff?
More cowbell, baby.
Well, yeah, that's a great one. Just like the best of Will Ferrell SNL DVDs are some of the funniest things ever.
Yeah,
and that's the Our True Crime Podcast girls. They asked me, they're like, "Can we use SNL stuff?" I'm like, "No, you can't. It has to be a movie because if we get into SNL, that's all that's gonna win.
Yeah,
because those characters are far and above anything that's actually ended up in a movie."
Will devolve. He made SNL, man. That's what. SNL.
Yeah, those were good years for him on SNL. So let's see, what do we got? Ooh. The Angry Beavers. Didn't know he was in that.
He was in The Angry Beavers?
He was a bouncer in one episode. He's got a good voice for voiceover. I'm surprised he hasn't done more.
Probably doesn't pay as much as full-on movies.
Well, that's true.
He was in the Lego movies?
Yeah, he's the dad. President of Business.
I haven't watched the Lego movie yet.
Oh, really good. Night at the Roxbury. Superstar, we didn't really talk. You ever seen Superstar?
I have. It was not my favorite movie.
Yeah, I saw it in like middle school, and I was just like, this is kind of stupid.
He was in a movie called Dick.
Yep. The Ladies' Man. Never saw that. Zoolander.
He is a Ladies' Man.
Old School, Elf, Starsky and Hutch, Anchorman.
Jay and Silent Bob.
Yep. Bewitched. Did you ever see that Bewitched remake with him?
No, I heard it was straight up trash.
I've seen like parts of it on TBS or whatever. It wasn't good. He was the man in the yellow hat in Curious George. That's good. Stranger Than Fiction. That was pretty solid. Interesting. That was an interesting like way to tell a story of like somebody was writing a novel, and he was living his life as it was kind of like a play on the Truman Show almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like this lady's writing her novel, and he's just living his life, but his life is actually what she's writing in the novel. And he has no idea, and like her plan is to kill him in the novel, and like he hears a narrator say that, and so now he's got to find the author and try and talk her into not killing his character, basically, because that's his life.
Such a weird.
So it's kind of a cool take. Blades of Glory, Semi-Pro, Land of the Lost.
Bad.
So I've got a good story about this. Me and my friends, when we went to see The Hangover, we were just going to go to a movie that day. We were just like, oh, let's find something to do. Land of the Lost had just come out. It was a Will Ferrell movie at the height of Will Ferrellness. We're like, yeah, let's go see that. It can't be that bad, right? Will Ferrell, Danny McBride. That's got to be pretty funny. So we get to the movie theater. It's a small college town. The line is like super out to the parking lot, wrapped around the corner.
Wow.
All these people trying to get into Land of the Lost opening weekend. So we're like, you want to see The Hangover? Like, there's no line for that. Let's go see The Hangover. I didn't think I had seen any of the trailers, but somebody's like, yeah, the trailer's really funny. Like, Mike Tyson's in there singing Phil Collins and he punches a guy. I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's see it.
Show Mike Tyson, you had me there.
Great choice to go see The Hangover over Land of the Lost.
Yes, I would say that you dodged a bullet there, my friend.
Well, Lost is fine. It's not a good movie, but it's fine. Everything Must Go is kind of an underrated movie. It's really good. It's not like a normal Will Ferrell, heavy shenanigans, things like that. But it's definitely a good movie. Go check that out if you have time. Megamind. That one's okay. Animated flick.
It's aight.
D'Angelo Vickers, obviously.
D'Angelo Vickers.
He would have probably won some awards too. Just that dunk alone would be greatest moment in a Will Ferrell
I can hit it from
scene.
the free throw line.
Like my boy MJ. Anchorman 2, not very good. Lego Movie. Get Hard with Kevin Hart. That was before Kevin Hart went into like full on whatever he's doing these days of just like being annoying.
Yeah.
Get Hard's pretty funny. Did you see Get Hard?
Never saw that.
So he's getting indicted for like financial crimes or whatever, and he tries to talk to this guy who does car detailing, who is Kevin Hart, for like their office park. He charges all the rich people who work in this financial district to detail their cars while they're at work. He just goes through it. So he asks him if he knows anything about jail, and he's like, "Why? Because I'm black." And he's like, "No, that's not what I meant." So Kevin Hart's character has never been to jail, but he tries to teach Will Ferrell's character how to act in jail because he thinks he's going to jail. That was pretty funny. Daddy's Home. Daddy's Home. The first one was solid. The second one is just bad.
First one is very solid. Second one I have not seen yet.
I mean, you're going to watch it after our great recommendation from the Cult Popture podcast. Zoolander 2 is trash. The House was not very good. That was the one with Amy Poehler.
Yep.
Did you like that?
No, but when I was looking through his IMDb, I saw that I almost chose her as his most attractive love interest.
Really? I wouldn't put her on the attractive list.
I
like her. She's a great actress. And, she's really funny.
I was backed into a corner, bro. Come on. I was just trying to come up with different stuff because I couldn't pick Veronica Corningstone.
You could. We weren't actually giving that award. You can pick anything you want for the honorable mention categories.
Well, I'm trying to stick to the script.
There's no rules in the honorable mention categories.
It's chaos. I can't do it.
Chaos in the honorable mentions.
It's chaos.
And then don't ever watch Holmes and Watson.
Yeah, I heard that is like the worst fucking movie ever.
I kind of want to see it because of how bad
Seriously, I do want to see it just to see if it's really that bad.
I don't know that I can do that to myself.
It depends on what I got going on into.
So that's all we got for Will Ferrell movies. Thank you for listening. Thank you to Cult Popture, Anxiety, Our True Crime Podcast, The Black Case Diaries, and Colby Told Me, Colby Mack. Thank you, all of you, for participating. We will be... I thought it was successful. Did you think it was successful?
I thought so, and I appreciate you guys so very much.
Yes, we appreciate it. We'll probably be doing it again in the future, so stay tuned. We do these every month, so there'll be more awards to give out sometime. So thank you to all of you guys, and thank you for listening. Again, you can check out our website, podcastaboutsomething.com. Always hit us on Twitter at APA something and at alone_podcast. We got a merchandise store at TeePublic. Just go to TeePublic/APA something. You'll find all kinds of cool shit you can buy with our logos on them.
Tons. I'm wearing some APA something t-shirt right now. It's it's so comfy. Wash it before you wear it though, folks.
Yes. Yeah, I've got a notebook with the logo on it. And a shirt. Oh no, I got a hoodie. Good hoodie.
I'll take it.
Don't wear it a lot in Florida though.
Yeah, I imagine that.
So again, thanks for listening. Thank you to those cats for all of the music for a podcast about something.
And you guys stay sassy.
Stay classy.